The African News Update on top accolade news. The headlines. Ghana's former finance minister declared fugitive over corruption allegations. Senegal's Court of Auditors revealed misreported economic data. Zimbabwe unprepared for monocurrency shift. Teachers and students strike in Algeria over poor condition and low pay. In politics, Ghana's former finance minister declared fugitive over corruption allegations. Ghana's former finance minister, Ken Ofori-Atta, has been declared a fugitive by the country's special prosecutor after being accused of corruption and causing financial losses during his time in office. Ofori-Atta, who served from 2017 to 2024, is under investigation for his involvement in the controversial National Cathedral project, where $58 million of government funds were allegedly misused. He left Ghana in January, claiming medical reasons, but failed to attend an interview with the Office of the Special Prosecutor. It is confirmed that Ofori-Atta had no intention of returning voluntarily, leading authorities to label him a wanted person. Meanwhile, President John Mahama, who was inaugurated in January, has launched a new investigative committee aimed at recovering billions in alleged corruption funds. Shifting focus to economy, Senegal's Court of Auditors revealed misreported economic data. Senegal's Court of Auditors has released a long-awaited report revealing that the country's previous government misreported key economic data, including figures for debt and budget deficits. The audit commissioned by the president showed that the country's debt at the end of 2023 was far higher than previously reported, reaching nearly 100% of GDP instead of the 74% figure originally disclosed. As a result, Senegal's sovereign eurobond plummeted. The report also revealed discrepancies in the reported budget deficits for 2023, which was revised to 12.3% of the GDP, much higher than the 4.9% reported by the former President Macky Sall's administration. The IMF, which has suspended its program with Senegal pending the review, will now access the findings and engage with the government to address the issues raised. Still in economy, Zimbabwe unprepared for monocurrency shift. Zimbabwe is not yet ready to transition to a monocurrency system, according to Finance Minister Professor Ntuli Nkube, who outlined critical conditions that must first be met. The country needs to secure adequate foreign reserves to support its domestic currency and protect it from speculative attack. International benchmarks, such as having enough reserve to cover 6 months of imports, must be achieved before adopting a single currency, Nkube emphasized. Additionally, Zimbabwe must make progress in clearing its foreign debt, as outstanding areas could pose risk to the currency's stability. The government is working towards meeting these financial imperatives before considering a shift to a monocurrency system. Moving to education. Teachers and students strike in Algeria over poor condition and low pay. In Algeria, teachers launched a 2-day strike on Wednesday, protesting low salaries and deteriorating working conditions, echoing widespread dissatisfaction in the country. The strike follows student protests last month over outdated curricula and the rising costs of education. Both teachers and students have voiced their frustration with the government, which has faced growing public criticism over economic challenges, corruption, and lack of job opportunities for educated workers. While President Abdelmadjid Tebboune has increased public sector wages, teachers argue that starting salaries remain far below the minimum wage. The Minister of Education has pledged to address curricular issues highlighted by recent audits, but the broader frustration continues to fuel unrest. You are watching the African News Update on Top Accolade News. Do stay with us. Still to come. Thanks for staying with us. In international relations, Sudan's foreign minister thanks Russia for blocking United Nations intervention. In a visit to Moscow this Wednesday, Sudanese Foreign Minister Ali Yusuf Ahmed Al-Sharif expressed his gratitude to Russia for its support in the United Nations Security Council. Speaking alongside Russian Foreign Minister, he highlighted Moscow's role in blocking efforts to pass a resolution that would have paved the way for international forces to intervene in Sudan's ongoing conflict. Sudan, reeling from internal instability since the 2019 uprising and the 2021 military coup, has faced escalating violence between the army and the paramilitary rapid support forces. Al-Sharif reaffirmed Sudan's commitment to peace and national sovereignty, rejecting any foreign intervention. The deadly conflict has claimed the life of over 28,000 people and displaced millions. Still in international relations, African leaders push for slavery and colonial reparations. At this weekend's African Union Summit in Addis Ababa, leaders are set to push for reparation from former colonial powers for the legacy of slavery and colonialism. While the issue has gained momentum across the globe, many former colonial powers, including the US and several European nations, remain strongly opposed to make amends, with the US President Donald Trump dismissing the idea and European leaders refusing to even discuss it. African leaders are advocating for financial compensation, formal apologies, and policy reform to address the lasting effects of exploitation, including economic disparities and lasting impact of colonialism and slavery. The AU's reparations push also calls for land restitution and return of cultural artifacts and change in global policies that perpetuate inequality. Moving to entertainment, Jackie APPIAH and manager graduate with master's degree from University of Ghana. Ghanaian screen icon Jackie APPIAH and her manager Samira Yakubu have reached an academic milestone, successfully completing their Masters of Arts degrees in Communication Studies at the University of Ghana. The duo, who previously pursued their undergraduate degrees together, were seen in their academic gowns at the graduation ceremony. Jackie, renowned for her roles in movies like Divine Love, Power of a Woman, and Turning Point, recently won Best Actress in a Leading Role at the 2025 Ghana Movie Award for her performance in Red Carpet. Their academic achievements adds to their impressive careers, blending entertainment and education. Now in sports, Liberian Ministry of Youth and Sports provide financial support for ex-footballers' eye surgery. The Ministry of Youth and Sports in Liberia has stepped in to assist former national footballer George Gabriel with his medical expenses. The ministry presented a check of $2,185 to his family, helping cover the cost of his eye surgery after he was diagnosed with retinal detachment. Gabriel, a former Invisible 11 defender, had publicly appealed for help, and his heartfelt request resonated with many, including the ministry. The minister expressed the ministry's commitment to supporting former players and wished Gabriel a speedy recovery. Gabriel, who has played for multiple European clubs and represented Liberia 48 times, was deeply grateful for the timely assistance and is determined to recover and return stronger. That concludes our African news updates for today. Stay tuned for more African news and developments. Thanks for joining us. I am Ojo Arumi Okocha. Connect and engage with us on all our social media handles. Do have a